Michael Jordan, widely regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time. Kobe Bryant, 5-time NBA champion and one of the most iconic players in NBA history. LeBron James, 4-time NBA champion and one of the most dominant players of his generation. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all-time leading scorer in NBA history and 6-time NBA champion. Wilt Chamberlain, one of the most dominant centers in NBA history and holder of numerous records. Magic Johnson, 5-time NBA champion and one of the greatest point guards in NBA history. Larry Bird, 3-time NBA champion and one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. Shaquille O'Neal, 4-time NBA champion and one of the most dominant centers in NBA history. Tim Duncan, 5-time NBA champion and one of the greatest power forwards in NBA history. Bill Russell, 11-time NBA champion and one of the greatest defenders in NBA history. Hakeem Olajuwon, 2-time NBA champion and one of the greatest centers in NBA history. Julius Erving, Hall of Famer and one of the most influential players in NBA history. Jerry West, Hall of Famer and one of the greatest shooting guards in NBA history. Oscar Robertson, Hall of Famer and one of the greatest all-around players in NBA history. Karl Malone, Hall of Famer and second all-time leading scorer in NBA history. Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer and one of the most dominant power forwards in NBA history. Kevin Garnett, NBA champion and one of the greatest defensive players in NBA history. Dirk Nowitzki, NBA champion and one of the greatest international players in NBA history. Stephen Curry, 3-time NBA champion and one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. Kevin Durant, 2-time NBA champion and one of the most dominant scorers in NBA history. Dwyane Wade, 3-time NBA champion and one of the greatest shooting guards in NBA history. Moses Malone, 3-time NBA MVP and one of the greatest rebounders in NBA history. John Stockton, Hall of Famer and all-time leader in assists and steals. Isiah Thomas, Hall of Famer and 2-time NBA champion with the Detroit Pistons. Scottie Pippen, 6-time NBA champion and one of the greatest defenders in NBA history.